Okay, I've got another Vanguard video for today. This time it is going to be again on a deck we haven't seen in a while, and that is Gravidia. So yeah, we haven't probably seen Gravidia since my video on it from set 4, I think. So yeah. Let's just get into it. Of course, we've got the Gravidia ride line with Gravidia Delin, I think? Yeah, Gravidia Delin. Sorry about that. Next up, of course, is Gravidia Wells. This has the effect of, when it is placed on Vanguard Circle, look at the top 7 cards of your deck. Choose any number of meteorite cards, reveal them, and put them into your hand, and then you shuffle the deck. So that is going to be the main effect we'll be using for this card. We won't be using the rearguard effect, so I won't bother going over it. Of course, now we've got Gravidia Beringer. This has the effect of, when it is placed on Vanguard or rearguard, if you have a meteorite in your order zone, you Soul Blast 3 and draw a card, and then this unit gets 5,000 power until the end of turn. Now, depending on the situation, you might want to use it, you might not, so yeah. And then its rearguard effect, again, since it's not going to be on rearguard, we won't go over it. So of course, finally is Gravidia Nordlinger. When this unit is placed on Vanguard, search your deck for up to 2 meteorite cards, put them into your order zone, and then shuffle your deck. When this unit attacks, you counterblast 1, put 1 or more meteorites from your order zone into the drop. Until the end of that battle, this unit gets 15,000 power. If you put 3 or more meteorites into your drop zone, it gets a critical +1, and if you put 5 or more, your trigger effects activate twice this turn. Very nice. And it was probably one of the best decks. Kind of around the start of Overdress, or well, start of the second half of Overdress. Of course, onto the new boss unit for the deck, Nordlinger Mask. This can only be ridden from a grade 3 card with Nordlinger in its card name. Its first effect is remove a card with Nordlinger in its different card name from this unit from hand or soul or drop. Choose up to 3 meteorites from your drop, put them into your hand. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, you counterblast 1. Put any number of meteorite cards from your order zone into the drop. For every 2 meteorite cards put into the drop for this cost, choose up to 1 unit card from your hand, call it to a rearguard circle. If 4 more meteorite cards were put into the drop for this cost, your trigger effects activate twice until the end of that battle. So, unfortunately, Nordlinger Mask is probably the worst mask, but that's fine. It's honestly fine, even though this was probably one of the best decks in early Overdress. It has just lost quite a lot of that power, all because of other decks coming in like Gandiva and all that. But hey, it's fine. This is more of a fun deck now anyway. Of course, we got 3 more copies of the base Gravidia. 4 copies of Gravidia Baritu. When this unit is placed on rearguard, you Soul Blast 1. Choose a meteorite card from your drop, put it into the order zone. During your turn, if your opponent's rearguard was retired during this turn, this unit gets an extra 5,000 power. If there were 3 more units retired, it also gets a critical. Very nice. 2 copies of the Mask of Hydrogam. I've gone over this several times now, so I'm not going to bother going over it. Gravidia Stanner it has the effects of, if your drop and order zone have a total of 5 or more set orders, this unit gets an extra 5,000 power and 5,000 shield. Yeah, it's a pretty good shield card to use, and a power card as well. That's pretty good. We have Dragon Tree Wretch Cyber Kaitool. This is essentially the Brandgate version of Skullkemda. So all of its effects are virtually the same as Skullkemda, so I'm not going to bother going over them now, since we've gone over Skullkemda several times now, especially recently. Falling Hellhazard is the first meteorite order we'll be going over. This is a set order. When you would count the number of meteorite cards from your order zone into your drop zone for the cost of your Vanguard's ability, this card can count as 2. And then when this card is put into the drop zone from the order zone, bind this card, choose up to one of your opponent's rear guards, and retire it. Now, funny thing is, since Nordlinger Mask actually calls units during the battle phase, you can actually call this card. Since it is placed on rearguard circle, you Soul Blast one and put a meteorite card back in your drop. You can actually put this back into your drop before it binds itself. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So you can actually reuse this card when you couldn't beforehand, thanks to Nordlinger Mask. So that's probably one of the advantages this deck has over the original, although it's really not that much. But hey, it's something. We have Bizarre Visitor. This is the only real grade 1 in the whole deck. When this unit attacks or boosts, if your Vanguard is Gravidia, Nordlinger Mask, choose up to 2 meteorite cards from your hand, put them into the order zone, and if you put 1 or more cards, this unit gets plus 5,000 power until the end of turn. If you put 2 cards, you Soul Blast 2 and draw a card. Very nice. Of course, we have Neatness Meteor Shower. We're using 5 copies of it. This is a card that you can run any amount of in your deck. That's the first effect, or, well, you can up to 16 of it. There we go. When this card is put into the order zone, you may Soul Charge 1. If it was put by your Vanguard's ability, you may draw a card. When this unit is put into your drop zone from the order zone, choose one of your opponent's rear guards and retire it. So yeah, that is how you get the effect of this one and the other meteorite order. So yeah, nice and simple. Of course, we've got 4 of the Brandgate perfect guards. Again, you can run 1 copy of the Elementaris over one of these. So, yeah. We've got 8 of the non-effect criticals. Four of the non-effect heals. 3 of the effect fronts. I honestly don't think you need the draws in this deck, as you will be drawing from other cards. So yeah, the fronts are just better since this is definitely more of an offensive deck. And also it gives you a lot more shield value as well than the draws. And of course the Brandgate Overtrigger, which we actually haven't gone over in a while, so I'll go over, of course, the first effect. It gives one of your units 100 million power, and the special effect for Brandgate, double the power and critical of all of your front row units until the end of the turn. Very nice. And that should be it for the new updated deck for Gravidia Nordlinger. I hope you enjoyed this video.